What's good, Kevin? What's good, Sammy? Brother Cuts. What's good, Cuts? Yeah, I figured I'd start streaming over to Facebook and Twitter. It's streaming on, so might as well. Shout out to Purple Beats on the beat, as always. That's BEATZZ, Purple Beats. So shout out to Purple Beats on the beat. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel. What's up, everybody? Back with another one. And one second, guys. Back with another video. Let me get back to, like I said, it's not a play and go for me yet with this StreamYards app, but we're here Saturday morning early, and I always like to go over my local crime news, watching the my area, Rochester, New York, and surrounding decay right before my very eyes. Well, pretty much everybody just sits back and does absolutely nothing. So all the one-car crashes that are happening all over. Another one happened last night. Car crashed into Premier Pastry Bakery on South Avenue. An SUV slammed into a bakery. Saw a woman being checked out by first responders. No official word yet on her injuries or what caused the crash. If you're on my channel, we pretty much got an idea of what is causing all these one-car accidents and medical conditions and people to fall out, drop dead right in the middle of Walmart, Targets. I see it all the time. Just random stuff. Home Depot. I see it on the Facebook's area alerts. Man unconscious in the aisle, Home Depot. So, I mean, it's sad, but it's real. Sudden adult death syndrome is a real thing now. 2 years after the magic serum. And can y'all hear me? Let's make sure y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if I'm good. But it seemed like it might have been a quiet, cool night in Rochester. I'm gonna look at the local. A parolee is facing federal charges after a gunpoint robbery at Chase Friday morning in Rochester. The U.S. Marshal Task Force spotted the car used in the robbery just after 8 a.m. Authorities say Shamir Washington ran away when they tried to approach the car, but he was captured shortly after. They also found a loaded handgun. Washington has been charged federally being a felon with a gun. He's in Monroe County Jail. Yeah, those are the guys that's not getting out of jail. All right, clear. Okay. Perfect. Thanks, Cuts. Perfect. Let's see, guys. Just checking out some more. I'm trying to find the my local area situation from last night. What's good, Steven? NH guy. Last night. What's good, number one Matrix man? Shout out to you. Okay. All right, let's see. Sorry, I'm just trying to find all my last night stuff. Let's see if there was any. Could have made it through a day without a shooting. But I do think whoever runs this site, they must take Friday nights off because usually it's busy, and then Friday and Saturdays it kind of slows down because they got to approve posts. So I don't see anything recently as of last night on here. So I don't know. So there's no reports of anything from yesterday. So scrap that. What's good, Angel Z? So shout out to all you guys. It's Saturday. And doing my usual live streams. Like I said, I'm streaming on a bunch of platforms, just testing this all out. There's also another platform called PsyOp TV that does live stream capabilities, and it saves all the videos, and I'm in the process of setting that up as well. So just time to switch it up a little bit. So anyone down in Florida, pay attention to the hurricane, because you never know, and it will definitely cause a lot of rain, water, and flooding. So pay attention to that. And yep. So that'll be there this week, and they're hyping it up. The economy's slow right now. They need to sell certain stuff. And sometimes they, we already know, this has been proven before, that companies like Walmart, Home Depot, all these companies that sell stuff for people that will need stuff for the hurricanes, they pay the news to, amp it up a little bit, because when you actually go look at where the news gets its, guys, weather is not, it's nothing comes through weather, their own stuff. They get it from the government and from, like the national, the weather services, the I forgot what it is, National GOA, whatever. You guys know, Mike Morales uses it. Anybody, it's called Above Ground News. Above Ground News, Mike Morales, go subscribe to his channel. He does all that work. And hold on one second, guys. Let me I gotta do something real quick. Rock out some purple beats. But just hold on one second, sorry. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 second. All right, guys, sorry about that, but I'm back. So yeah, check out Mike Morales, and he shows, a lot, and these weather, our local and CNN and all this other shit, they kind of craft it and make it their own and put their layers on top of it. It's well known. This is what happens. So, and like I said, a lot of businesses will pay for the hype. Hype it up a little bit. Hype it up. We need to sell some stuff, and that's what they do, guys. Corporation of the United States of America. Any events on the agenda today? I usually never know the events. The damn bug just fell on me. Yeah, I have Rumble, but I don't waste my time on Rumble because it's crabs in a bucket. That's why I look at. Not downing anybody, but it's just people that are awake go to Rumble and are awake or into that. They're on Rumble preaching to the choir. That's what I think, it's preaching to the choir. Like I said, I think if everybody would have just stayed on YouTube or whatever, just overridden the algorithms and everybody shared everything, it would mean they could delete channels. It wouldn't matter because everybody would promote each other. But nope, it doesn't work like that. But Rumble, I posted videos. You don't really, it's an annoying platform, so is BitChute. It's hard to upload through a mobile device on Rumble. You got to have an extra app. I think they kind of incorporated into now, but I don't really like Rumble. Because I always believed in, as long as I reach one, I'm doing my job. So I'll do that on YouTube. One person will just magically fall in the pits of hell, trying to wake up and find my damn channel, and there they go. So when I totally am removed off of here and I can't even if they TikTok me on YouTube, then I'll decide to hop on off. All right, I gotta take one more pit stop. So that's my son, Purple Beats, Kevin. Yeah, but no platform really better than. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it's like you don't get found. You know, you don't really get found. You know, it's like who's gonna stumble across your shit? You know, you got. It's kind of like people who have a platform already go over there and then da da da. You know, um, but no, I already got a plan for that. So PSYOP TV will be able, and also the website I got will be able to back up um, whatever videos I want on there up to a certain amount of videos. I mean, I forgot how many, but you could always pay for more storage. So, that's a good thing. So between PSYOP TV and that, shit, my videos will always be backed up. So fuck a YouTube, you know? So, yeah, that's right, Kevin. We all got to group up and override the algorithm. Exactly. That's what I think. I mean, I was being on here long enough. I think it kind of does that. You know, it really. I think it does. As long as we stay up to it. I mean, the information's still getting across. People can still find us. I mean, yeah, we'll have to tell them, but that's where the footwork comes in, and then the other shit. Like I said, I was thinking about it last night, man. With this website, man, you're gonna see it when you search. When people are searching for some certain things, my shit is gonna pop. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it, and it's gonna pop up until they block it, until they figure it out. It's gonna pop it up, and we're gonna document it. And I don't know. I've been shown this vision a long time ago, and I just was like, oh, I'll just wait for it to manifest itself, and it kind of manifested itself. And shout out to Fake Mike Real News, Will Turbot, and Mellow Eyes on the Audit for helping setting that up. And like I said, it's in the building process. It's already up, but I have it's on whatever they put on there, and I'll be able to share. I can actually link, I'll be able to link other people's platforms right on my website, so they can come to my website and click, boom, and they'll be right on people that I rock out with and share information with, and I'll be having shit that I do up on there, documents, templates, information, like all my bookmarks, all my research for all these years, and it's thousands upon thousands and thousands of links. Some of them are broken now. Yeah, they got rid of them, but most of them are still available, and I'm gonna put them all in there. Research. I'll be able to put up the research in there, and yeah, it's gonna be pretty good. What's good, Kayla Decoder Talker? Go subscribe to Kayla Decoder Talker Cuts One. Shout out to all you guys. It's good when we see what happens when we bring we've already proved, and let me turn my camera on. We've already proved and shown. That's another thing with this StreamYard. It's not an app. It's actually just a browser on your phone. So sometimes I forget to even hit the mic button like I did on this video, but also I forget about the cameras not even on, because I like to have the traffic dash cam video going. You never know what you'll see. So let me get off of this one channel that I don't have. I thought I had YouTube Premium on all my channels, but apparently I don't. So let me go back to here. So, yeah, so what's good, BAL, Divine Lion? Shout out to you. What was I saying? Yeah, so the website shit could be dope to share information, man. I don't got to worry about links. I just say, hey, look, go over to the website. Check it out, and there'll be all kind of shit going on in there. And that's the thing, like, that's what I was saying. That's the beauty of coming together, platforms coming together, like different people coming together, is so you bridge gaps and you form, Mellow Eyes on the Audit, Fake Mike Real News, they're in a totally whole different side, but we all know each other, and you see how we help each other out, we complement each other, they're in the auditing community, and yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes, man, that is happening, that's why it's the best thing you can do is come together. It's harder to get these big channels to even think about coming together, So, yeah, it's dope. And let me turn this heat down because this phone will overheat because it is only 58 degrees out. But today's going to be 65, so yesterday was only 50, so 65 is going to feel like 70, so it's actually going to be a beautiful sunny day before the rain comes in. So it's going to be a beautiful day. So, but yeah, there's people. I just came across a couple people this morning that are sniffling and sick, and yeah, it's that time, guys. You gotta get. It's time to be on your P's and Q's, man. We breathed in a lot of toxins. We stressed out. People ate bad. People's habits increased. Escapism set in. And whatever those habits is, guess what? Nature lets you know it's got to come out. When the leaves fall off the trees, which are lungs, your body's going to cleanse with it. And hopefully when I go through all my bookmarks, I'll find out what they called it way back in early medicine. They had a term for it, but they didn't understand why people got sick at this time of year in the northern hemispheres and with the changing of leaves, and they call it celestial syndrome or some shit. They don't know where it comes from or how, but they couldn't explain. But we know now. This is what your body does. We're no different from nature, so we change during the seasons. Our body changes. So just like in the spring, you get spring fever. You feel good. Your energy changes. You feel more uplifted, upbeat. You want to exercise. You want to, get out. You want to, do what nature's doing. Just bloom and just look beautiful, and everything just pops. Well, the same thing happens in the fall, winter. They call it winter depression or seasonal depression. But the reality is it's just what your body does, because we're supposed to do what the sun do and migrate. We're supposed to leave like the trees. Don't you even think about this? A leaf. All right? Leaves. They even name it what we're supposed to do. Leaves. When the leaves fall, that means we leave with it. I-95, all right? And some of these other corridors, I-90, and all these different corridors were already paths, guys. They were already paths. Look up the old I-90. I went to why I'm like having a brain fart here. I went to a reservation, Indian reservation, and they had a map and they had a diorama of the old travel path. And I'm like, these dirty motherfuckers, they just made it a road. Why do we have these major traveling? And then when you're actually on the reservation, you think back in the winter how they survived. All these people, there wasn't like, you got to remember, there was always a lot of people. Not as many as there are now, but there was a lot of damn people. Millions. There was millions of natives here. There was millions of whatever you want to put on it. There was millions of beings here. What did they do? All right. They didn't have heat. All right, people, they want to show us all the way that they thought they lived, but really they did migrate. It's a fact. They did migrate. They moved. They followed nature. We fell out of balance, of course, but they followed nature. It's just like how the Mayans, the Aztecs, they're traced all the way up into the Carolinas and Pennsylvania because they found shells from the Gulf, from the Pacific, from the Atlantic. All right, down in those areas, they found this stuff, guys. Artifacts. I mean, it just is what it is. And this is why when you go out west, when you're traveling, and you're in some of these world parks, you go in the place, and you're like, wow, these are the Indians. And they're like, wait, these are the Mexicans. Wait, no. These are Mexicans or these Indians? Which ones are they? And a lot of Mexicans know that they're actually Indians. They're still tribed up. When they trace their grandparents and great-grandparents, they were natives. They were always here. Same thing in the South with black folks. They was always here. I told you, I traced my as far back as I got was 1790 in my family genealogy. All right, documents and all, birth records, death records, World War I records. And I've seen the birth certificates. I've seen colored. I've seen Negro on the death certificates of what they classified them. I looked at the what the hell is it? The census. I traced back to the census from when it was written down, handwritten, and then it stopped after that. And and my grandmother died in 2013, and she was 107 years old, and she has said her mother, which would be my great grandmother, and her grandmother, which would be my great great grandmother, all right, was all were educated, and none of them were slaves, And my grandmother was black as hell, dark as night, sharp old woman, And so hey, I don't buy the story that was told to us in slave school. By no means. I don't buy it at all. So what's good, BAL? In my opinion, a big part of the cold sickness is your body needing to rest, taking a break from going, stress, work, and life. Yeah. And now what's good, Anonymous? Good day, everybody. About to hop in the car. I'll catch y'all guys. Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, cold symptoms are just what our body does naturally. Our body cleanses itself. That's what it does. And in the fall is when it really goes into its cleansing. This is why people get sick. I'm watching a guy over here in the car. He's blowing his nose, and this is what I've been observing here. Oh, I can't zoom it in, damn. I can't zoom it in, but the people in this Subaru right here. He's blowing his nose, and nose is red, and this is the time. This is what happens. You're gonna go into cleanse. So I like to prep my body. So I like to start earlier. That's why I had a cough. That's why I was coughing. My lungs are, they feel clear now. No more cough. In the past 2 days, I haven't coughed at all. I still got a little phlegm coming up, clearing my throat, but I just don't want to go through that in the cold months, where your body naturally does it. So what I do is I just do a lung detox and clean out my lungs, And shout out to my brother right there. There he goes. Eyes on the Audit. So shout out to Eyes on the Audit. What's good, Indigo? And, I just got done talking about my brother as a wizard with building websites, and, shout out to you for helping out, so, yeah, man. So definitely, time to prep, man. prep for these winter months, clean your body, and try not to put these toxins in your body, man. Stay away from, you know, I know some of our jobs require us to, be around hazardous shit. Like I see people doing construction and paving and breathing all this shit. I'm like, damn, do they know that this is going into their lungs and then the chemical is transferring out through their body, man? And it's like, wow. So I mean, it's a dangerous world we live in when you actually break it down, and your body has to clean itself. And I said there's the 3 spots that gets clean. Because what you eat, it's going to be your intestines and your stomach. And then from that would be, it would affect your spleen, your liver, your pancreas, which all works with your immune system and cleaning your body. So that's that area. So that's got to clean. Then you have your lungs, and then you have your sinuses. Your sinus area, which is your ears, throat, nose, and mouth. And all those areas will cleanse. People get earaches. That's because so much of what they breathe in, or swimmer's ear. Well, you get swimmer's ear because the chlorine's getting in your ear, and bacteria, and from the water, and it'll infect it. You can get a sinus infection from going in the water. It's a lot of different ways, and we know now from breathing everything we're breathing outside, that shit goes right in there, and that's another thing. Like, we got to learn how to breathe. Everything is lung, because we're in a state of fear, in a state of stress and depression. So your body wants to breathe through its mouth. We're supposed to be breathing through our nostrils, because in our nostrils we have things that fight off these bacteria, which one of them, being nitric oxide. You already know, they have nitric oxide treatments that actually boost your immune system. Like, it's look up nitric oxide treatments. I mean, it's amazing. So that's already produced inside of your sinuses. So that is to trap, destroy, and rid your body of a lot of these chemicals. That's why you have mucus in there, so it can catch it. And we're supposed to snot it out. We're not supposed to, and we all do it. We're not supposed to sniff it in, because guess what we're doing? We're bringing it further into our body, and then we swallow that shit, and then guess where it goes? It's in our mouth, and then we're breathing in and out, and then it goes into our lungs, and then we get from the sinuses, we'll get, throat, sore throat, and then we'll get a chest infection. Well, where did it all come through? It either came through your mouth or your nose. That's why we're supposed to blow it out. So there's a lot, man. What's good, Herbal K, Rick James? So what's good, Tommy Christian? Peace to you. Good to see you. What's good, Zach? With each patching year, my nose has more and more bristles. They don't even want to stay in there anymore. So all these different things, man. And, when you learn your body, you realize, man, it's an amazing machine. And, you understand why things are. The only thing I haven't figured out is why the hell men have nipples. I that's still left to interpretation. People say it's from because we were once one being and we split the two beings. They say I've researched things that said we were hermaphrodite. We were 2 in 1. When you look at the body and you study, you're like, you know what? did two come out of one? I mean, when you get deep down into it, you know, it's a crazy concept when we think about it, but I mean, I don't fucking know, you know, but that's the only thing I cannot figure out why a man does not have, I mean, why men have nipples. It serves no purpose on a man to have, you know, and this is even seen in nature. You know, it's like, what is up with that? That's like something that has no use on a, you know what I mean? Like that's the only thing on a being that has no use. Everything on a woman has a use and a purpose, but on a man, we got nipples. What the fuck is that for? You know, we can't produce milk. I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't know. In this crazy world, shit, we might be able to. You know, I don't know, but that's the only thing on us. As far as everything else, man and woman, it's synopsis. You know, even the ovaries in a woman, when you really break down a woman's, you know, reproductive part is the same as in and out, as above, so below, as in, as without. It's the same shit. You know, people are like, oh, how can that be? How can that be? It's like people don't know. Women get erections. You know, they're if your woman can't get an erection, you're not turning her on 100%. You're not turning her on. The woman's vagina is from 3 to 4 and can retract to about 6 to 7 to 8 inches. All right. It's a fact. I'm not shooting that out of my ass. Women don't even ask a woman, does she know she can get an erection? She'll be like, what? Oh, you're crazy. You know? They don't even know that their shit expands and contracts. Some of them might never even been stimulated enough through all the GMOs and all the bullshit they put in their body. Their shit might not even do that, you know? So, I mean, it's a stone hard fact. So that's a topic for after night chit chat. So, you know. But yeah, mullein tea is very good. The tea I'm drinking right now, I'll read you all the ingredients that is in it. The tea that I'm drinking it has BAIBU, that's Baibu. It has elderberry, and then it has Baizu, Baizhu. It has Eleutherio root, Anchicea angustifolia. That's the one I have in there. There's like 5 different Anchiceas. All right, I got Forsythia fruit in here also. I got astragalus root, wild cherry bark, mullein, ground ivy, plantain leaf, peppermint leaf, mugwort, white mulberry leaf, marshmallow root, stevia leaf for sweetness, Cassandra fruit, eucalyptus, licorice root, sage leaf, and what else do I have in here? And I use distilled water. That's all in this tea, and it's for a lung detox amongst a million other things it does for your body. It cleans your liver, your spleen, your liver, your spleen, your pancreas. It's good for your prostate. It's good for your colon. It's good for your intestines, your kidneys, your heart, of course, your lungs, blood flow, circulation, many things. You know, you sleep, you think clear, your sleep is, dreams are vivid, you know. What else? I mean, it's just all these different things do so much, but all this is in this tea, you know, and it's very good, you know. And you know, another thing is we don't understand what our body does, and you know, I'm learning a lot about Chinese medicine and health and well-being. Now, I would take that advice over anything going on here in America, because I just look at the culture, I look at the people, I look at how they look, I look at how they act, and I look at their diet, and I'm like, Jesus. And then I'm learning a lot about, you know, that culture, you know, because my girl is Taiwanese, which is not Chinese, but they speak Chinese. They're not Chinese, they're Taiwanese. You know, it's like, you know, the island. and they are way more healthier than Chinese people. And what did she say to me yesterday? Oh my God, tripped me out. She said, oh God, I forgot what she said, and it just tripped me out. Oh my God, what did she say about America? Oh, she said it feels like time goes faster here in America. She's like, ever since I've been here, it just feels like time goes by so fast. She goes, in Taiwan, no. She said, but America, time is fast. And I'm like, wow. Not only that, the people, when you look at them, they don't have gray hairs. There's no anyone under the age, I mean, like 50. There's not a fat woman in Taiwan. And I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, dude, you gotta be kidding me. There's not a fat woman in Taiwan. And the men fat is only in their belly, because those ones, they like to drink Budweiser and Heineken. And then after they do all that, they do a lot of exercise. So a lot of the men aren't. But some of the men picked up smoking. A lot of them like to smoke. But they don't have gray hairs. They don't have heart disease. They don't have prostate cancer. They don't get Alzheimer's. They don't have high blood pressure. They don't have diabetes. They don't have this shit there. Like, what are they doing? Is it the area? But when you look at what they eat, it's like, wow. So, and then they have traditional Chinese medicine. One thing she told me when she got here is, why isn't there any Chinese medicine here? And I'm like, what do you mean? She said, there's no medicine in America. She only finds it when, through like places that I know that sell natural herbs and stuff like that. And where she was at in Flushing, New York, they have it readily. There's literally pharmacies that are Chinese medicine. You go in there, it's all herbs. Like, what the fuck? Blew my mind. She come back with garbage bags full of herbs, and it's cheap. It's just commonplace. This is just what they do there. It's like their food is herbs. She tells me about shit that I'm eating. I'm like, I just thought it was just, no. And it's like, no, this is Chinese medicine, and it's the meal. And I'm like, damn, and it's pretty wild. And they know when to cook warm and when to cook cold, and that's the other thing we need to learn about our bodies, is what we're actually doing is actually not right, because there's a thing in your body called, and this is to do with Ayurvedic in ancient Indian medicine. It's your heat levels in your body, your wind, your chi, so you have wind, you have your wet, you have your heat, and then you have your dry. This is how they do it. And it's actually so simple, because ancient Indian medicine is basically just like ancient Chinese medicine. But what are we doing over here? The health practitioners, the doctors that practice medicine. All right. It's all artificial, it's all artificial. So, I mean, it really is was good, this old Hamlet. Sorry, I'm not reading the comments, kind of going off. But so one thing that we're not supposed to be doing is, and like, she drinks like just room temperature water, doesn't really like cold water. And I've said this before, like when I already knew this. You're not supposed to drink ice water, because what it does is your body, your esophagus, that's why you ever get an ice headache, is trying to cool it down. I mean, trying to warm it up so it can, not shock the inside of your body. You're not supposed to drink ice cold and eat all this ice cold stuff, all the time. Once in a while, it is what it is. But, and a lot of people, when they eat something really cold, they cough after. Well, that's a reaction to your body, because what your body is actually doing is trying to heat it up. All right. And one thing about them, they at room temperature water is best. Like me, I'm doing my lung detox, and I was like, damn, why one day I stopped coughing, and then the next day I'm coughing again. And she's like, I don't know. And then she was paying attention. She was like, you're going to get a smoothie in the morning. It's cold. She said it makes Chinese medicine ineffective. And I'm like, damn, you know what? That makes sense, because you're messing with the chi in your body. Cold and wet with warm and moist. You know what I mean? Because wet is different than moist, because moist comes from, you know, drinking warm teas and stuff like that. Wet is just wet, cold. So you can get, you know, a lot of mucus and all this other stuff. So when I stopped, I took a break from just juice, and it went, and then I didn't cough no more. I didn't feel that irritation in my throat. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, you know what? That makes sense. I was doing one thing and then killing it with the other. You know, I was doing one thing and killing with the other. So there's a lot of stuff that we do here that is actually wrong and goes against our body, you know, and that's one of them is all this cold stuff, you know, all this overdosing on, you know, over mineralized water and stuff like that, you know. So just a lot of stuff that I'm learning, you know, about the human body that I didn't know before, which is beautiful, man, you know. So yes, it's really really good. I remember the band your videos on this reg. Yeah. Okay. That's another thing that you guys, you know, I have the recipe that the Chinese use for the whole, you know, just for people that know, Taiwan didn't see anyone, no one died from Mr. 19 in Taiwan, not one person. All right. Because this is what they do. You know, no one died. And I believe when it came back around this time, they were just straight poisoned, stuff like that, because the air over there be blowing from China, and that air, you ain't breathing that shit. They tell, you know, they've been doing masks for a long time, and it's not because of no damn virus. It's because their air is bad. It's polluted. Whether it's done purposely by their government, you know, that's remains to be seen. You know, but because China is really China is really and Taiwan is more in tune with the planet than, say, United States. They don't pollute shit everywhere, you know. But yeah, and in some of them cities, it's very, very high, you know, pollutant. So they wear a mask and shit. So they already used to doing that. But yeah, not one person through the whole entire pandemic died in Taiwan from this shit, you know. So because we already know there was nothing to dying from, but you know, they just, you know, the flu has always been, it always will be. But I did have the recipe that they use for it, and not one person died for acute, mild, and just symptoms, you know. And it's all China. Everything was just Chinese herbs. And boy, did they took that video down, and then I uploaded on the other channel. It was before I hit upload, it said that whole channel disappeared, you know, from that. But with my website, I will be able to put it up for my website, and I do have every single herb for that formula and concoction, you know. So yeah, man, it was pretty crazy, you know, pretty crazy. So yeah, and it's just it's amazing, man, when you know that all this green around us is some type of, even stuff that we were told was bad, when you actually go look at it, it's a fucking medicine for something. Like, wow, like what the hell? We've been just so removed from everything, man. You know? What's good, Liberty Russ? I drove to Rochester this morning earlier and saw the fentanyl zombies. Exactly, man. Isn't it bad? It looks very different from the traditional pain pills and heroin. And shout out to Liberty Russ. Subscribe to his channel. He shares his experience of drug addiction and what he went through. And this guy right here said he drove through Rochester and he's seen it very different. I'm literally every day watching this city decay and the rest of the nation decay. That's why I upload those videos to my channel to document what is going on. Because people don't really understand or know, because some people don't get out. Some people aren't out here. You know, I'm out here. And what I see is amazing. And there's just one part that I rolled through yesterday, but I didn't have the camera rolling. As a matter of fact, when I'm done here, at Just Juice. I'm gonna roll by there and show you guys this encampment. Yesterday there was a people out trying to help these people, but it ain't enough, man. How do you help people? Is go to the fucking problem. They're bringing this in here. How? We know they're doing it. All right. How's it getting in here? It ain't coming through the Mexican fucking border. They ain't allowing that shit. The Mexican cartels and the federal government who have an agreement, all right, to transport that narcotic up here, they're not going to let fentanyl come through there. All right. It ain't happening. All right. Even if the government did, they can't make as much money as they can with their own product. You got to look at the nature of a business. They're not going to be like, oh, okay, I got all this fentanyl over here. Well, it just came from Afghanistan and now it's in Mexico. Somebody's got to pay for that shit. All right. It's going to cut in. They're not going to cut into and have two products now. All right. They're not going to do that. No, they need their cocaine and their crack. I mean, their cocaine to still come up here. So how's it getting here? All right. It didn't all start until the U.S. military took over fucking Afghanistan. And now we sure that this military is flying this shit in here. Gotta be. You know, there's ex-military members that have already came out and said this is what's happening. And how is this happening all across the United States and other parts of the world? All of a sudden. Fentanyl. Who makes fentanyl? We already know. You know? So, I'm tended to believe that people that got this injection are, you know, some of them may be acceptable to triggering off a drug habit inside of them. You know, who knows? Because I already know a lot of these people are coming from smoking weed. You know? Sarah Brown, no wonder why the U.S. is fighting to control China. Yeah, man. I mean, Taiwan has 20-something million, 27 or so, 30 million people living in Taiwan. And they're a working population and a civilized population. And they're prone to being workers. It's sad, but they're prone to being a slave labor, you know? And they you know, they're healthy. They live long lives. So of course that's a corporate country's business interest. They're trying to connect them with the PG too, you know, because that's a hub. All right. And they made 70% of the world's microchips. All right. That's a hub. So it's a fight between the United States and China. Belt and Road and PG2, you know. Liberty Rush, they made the doctors stop prescribing pain pills. The only prescription opioid you can get is Suboxone. Exactly. And methadone, both for pain and opioid use disorder. Exactly. You know? So it's crazy, man. It really is. It's sad, man. It is sad. It's a sad thing to watch Rochester just disappear. I mean, going to disarray, you know. So it's crazy, man. So, but yeah, man. So it's a lot about our bodies that, going into the sickness time of year that we should be paying attention to and fixing and trying to, our diets, you got to change your diets, more warmth, I was talking to somebody about, a vegan diet. And this is another thing. I say vegan, but I mean all natural. Vegan is like, they use that word and they just push the wrong shit with it. We already know they have an agenda with vegan, but, the thing that gets me is people try to say, oh, the vegan agenda, it's an agenda that they want you to eat this process. No, man, it's not. People that say that are just so stupid. What they're realizing is we are waking up. We're starting to understand reality. We're starting to see that certain things we are doing and did aren't may not be the right way, may not be the best thing, especially in this point in time. All right. It's not, it's they want to hijack people that are waking up. All right. And therefore still control them with all this processed bullshit ass fucking food that is worse than, them eating the meat itself. But I mean, eat whatever you want. I don't care. I'm just giving you my point of view, you know. And when you go back to the natural human, I just go right to the point. The natural human, there was no way that they were meat eaters. It's 100% impossible. All right, you can't. If you got to look at how the human being's built. It's not built for that. It's built like a gorilla. All right, gorillas aren't meat eaters, and people try to say they are, but they're not. And look how big and strong they are. All right, all this protein and where you get your protein? Shut the fuck up. Go look at what protein is. Go look at what science has made protein, and then tell me if you're even getting protein. You don't even understand what the fuck you're talking about. That's how deep you got to go with it. Because, you get your protein from meat, you get your protein from eggs, you get your protein from milk, you get your protein from this. Shut your dumb ass up, because you don't know what you're talking about, because you couldn't even tell me what's inside of a fruit, because they don't give you that information. That information is actually hard to find. Go research fruit and see what you come up with. It'll blow your mind how much information there isn't on certain fruits. What they don't tell you what's in these fruits. All right? Which is all beneficial to your body, because when you look at how your body's made, it's made for that. All right? Go look at the first humans. There's no way you could even possibly do anything to do with hunting unless you're using weapons. You're using traps. With your body, you are not running out there. Humanity would have never survived. You're not running out there tackling fucking your game and ripping into it with your teeth and ripping it out through all the hair and feathers and scales if it's fish. No, you got to use tools. You got to use tools. What are you going to use? Your claws, your fingernails, and your teeth that'll probably snap off if you tried to bite into something. People got to think about this, What was the best way for a human being to eat? Crawl its baby ass over to a tree and pick up the ripened fruit that's fallen out of the fucking tree. That's it. And they make it, and nature makes them all beautiful colors so you can decipher through all the greenery. That's why they're all those beautiful ass fucking colors that your eyes, ooh, wow, that's pretty. That's beautiful. Wow, let me check it out. You get over, you smell it. It has a sweet smell. Our body's built for sweet smell, not the smell of fucking death, blood, murder, and mayhem. It's just not built like that. Smelling a fucking, think of back then, how could tackling a wild animal smell good? That shit had to stink like fuck. How did we say, we got to eat this? When you can go over, naturally enlighten your senses. And then your taste buds are built for sweetness, bitterness with a slight sweetness, sourness. Our taste buds are built for that. Zing, wow. And then when it goes in your body, boom, it gives you a burst of energy. Think about the shit. That's just the simplest, fucking easiest understanding way to, if anybody gets to explain it better than that, I'd like to see it on how the human being's ability to hunt, especially a fucking baby. How would a baby hunt? Baby sucks on the nipple of the mom, which the nipple milk is slight sweetness. All right. And the mother, while she's doing that, ain't built for battle. She's not built for fucking battle and hunting. All right. And how do we know the man was with the woman as a wife? Oh, you're my wife. Oh, it might have been like the jungle with the battle of the fucking the most dominant fucking male that got the win. Who the fuck knows how it went back then? What was he out just do? Yeah, I'm gonna hunt and I'm gonna hunt with my hands like a fucking wild beast boar and come give you food, dripping blood and decaying and dying in nature, eating it while you're eating it. How the fuck does that even make sense? The minute something's killed, nature takes its process to take over that and bring it back to the planet. The maggots, the flies, all the insects, the parasites start to come, tear that shit the fuck up. How is it getting to you? You're not going to be able to hunt every day and catch some shit like a fucking animal is. I mean, who knows? Maybe we had instinct like that. I just look at the human being. All right. It's not equipped for that. You know, it's equipped to go effortlessly and snatch what's been given to him by the universal creator, which it doesn't have to kill, steal, and destroy. And also, all those fruits have seeds. You eat it, the seed goes through your body, and then you shit it out. And then boom, it regrows, you know? And exactly, Smith and West, you got to put all this food. Oh man, it smells so good. What you're smelling is the natural herbs and the spices. You know, who's running around eating raw meat? I'll never forget the one guy, Mateus. I think he's dead now. I don't see him around anymore. And I remember he got sick, but me and him was going at it about this diet. He was a raw fucking meat eater, carnivore, he said. There's no way this guy's still alive. He was eating, and you could tell on his face. I know human emotion. He was doing this live, eating like raw fucking eggs, eating like raw steak, raw chicken breast. I'm like, where? That's not carnivore. Carnivore is you go. I want to see you in a video running up to a fucking cow, ripping your ass into it, cut it open, gutting it, de-blooding it to get that breast. I mean that steak or that chicken breast. I want to see you out there ripping the head off, snatching off, no tools, motherfucker. And while I'm over here watching you do that, I'll be over here eating this fruit. You know, chomp, chomp, chomp. That's what I'll be eating. Chomp, chomp, chomp. You know? So, I mean, it just is what it is, guys. Eat whatever you want. I don't care. I'm just, hey, it just is what it is. I've been eating like this for 8 years now. And it's been fine and dandy and good with me, you know? And so, but I mean, when you think about it, that's what it is. We got to remember, the minute something dies, it goes into the decay process. No one can deny that. So whether you're out there and you shoot it, I shoot my food and I cut it up and I cook it, doesn't matter, motherfucker. It's dead. It's still going through a death process. So what kind of energy are you actually getting? You can go out and scoop shit up off the ground, go home and fry and eat it. Nothing probably can happen to you. You can bottle up piss and drink it. Nothing will probably happen. Not to mention people say that is healthy, but I don't do that. Doesn't mean you can and should do that, you know? You can eat any fucking thing you want. Doesn't mean you should and need to do that. But the fact is, when something's dead, it immediately goes into the decaying process. No matter what you do to it, that shit, whether you freeze it, it doesn't matter. It's decaying. All right. As soon as you kill it, its life is out of it. It goes into decay mode. And, you know, we'll just narrow it down to what the majority of people eat. Shit from the supermarket. So once that animal's killed, after it's bred in a fucking nasty ass farm, beat, tortured, maimed, unnatural lifestyle, you know, all that shit is in that being, and then it's killed the most heinous fucking ways ever. All right. Then that's when the decay and rotten process starts. That shit is rotten. All right. From the slaughterhouse to the fucking packaging. All right. It's still rotten in the package. On the truck, that shit's rotten. When the truck gets to the fucking supermarket, it's rotten. When it goes on the supermarket shelf freezers or the little refrigerators, it's rotten. When it gets in your cart, it's rotten. When it gets home in your refrigerator or freezer, it's rotten. When you take it out and thaw it out or get it ready or prep it and put all your good, beautiful seasons and make it smell good, it's rotten. When that shit gets into the pan, it's rotten. When it's being cooked, it's rotten. When it gets on your plate, it's rotting. And guess what? While you cut it and chew it, it's rotting. And when it goes down into your fucking stomach, guess what it's doing? Rotten. That's when I know when I travel. Now it's gotten so bad when you walk into the fucking truck stops, it smells like shit. When you go into the bathroom, you literally gotta try not to fucking pass out. And then you hear all the sounds, boom, people blowing the backs of the toilets out. That is, your body's not supposed to be doing that shit, guys. That your body is not supposed to be doing that. Your intestines is not supposed to be that big. Just like I told you, have somebody point to their stomach. And you listen, that's not your stomach. You don't even know where your stomach's at. All right. People don't even know where their stomach's at, guys. But anyways, that's the rotting process. When that shit gets into your body, it's rotting. It takes that long cycle through your intestines, through your small intestines, and it's just rotting the fuck away, giving you gas, bloating, heartburn, which is just reflux in your stomach, and it just feels like your fucking heart, because how the fuck's your heart gonna fucking burn? That's what they make you believe. But it goes to that whole rotting process, and then when you shit it out, it smells like something died because something was dead. Your shit is not supposed to smell that fucked up. It's just not. I mean, it just is, man. I can't explain. I mean, it just is. Eat what you want. I love you. You're my brother. I rock out with you. I'll sit down with you. I'll eat my food next to me. You could eat all the meat you want. I don't care. I'll just give you what I know, what I understand to you, and that's it. It doesn't create no barriers. People try to justify it. Okay, all right. Let the whole shit society collapse. See who lives longer. The ones that are out there striving to get the meat, or the ones that know what's green outside they can eat. Well, I got cows and I got this on my property and I got chickens. Well, I hope you know how to dwell with them motherfuckers and just don't get too hungry and kill them all, and then you ain't got none. Then you're right back to square one. Got shit you got to think about. Now, the one thing I will say is this shit about the eggs. I don't eat eggs, but my uncle actually got some chickens, and I'm like, I can't believe I was that ignorant of what a chicken does. I'm like, they're like the chickens. They got 5 chickens. They lay an egg a day, and I'm like, damn, that's a lot of eggs. I'm like, wait, they don't hatch? They're like, no, they don't hatch, and this is my ignorance. I didn't even know about the chickens and none of that shit. I didn't know the rooster actually impregnate the chicken for the eggs to be fertile to hatch. I never knew that. I didn't grow up on a farm. I'm dumb. I used to just eat chicken. So that being said, I'm like, damn, so these eggs will never hatch anyways. And I see the concept of where the government was like, okay, we can profit off of this shit. All these eggs, shit, let's sell them. Let's sell them to people, just a bunch of hens laying eggs all fucking day, and they profit off of it. I'm like, wow, I see why they did that. I see why they mass produce the milk and shit. And cows produce so much damn milk, they were like, oh shit, we can profit off of this, But the one thing I was thinking about is like, well, that technically that egg was never gonna stand a chance. I got to do more research. The chicken is just laying eggs. But if the rooster ain't there to fertilize the egg don't hatch. I'm like, wow, I never knew that shit. It's interesting to me. I never knew that. It's fucking, I swear to God, I just never knew that. I'm like, how something so simple that I'm just so ignorant and stupid on? Like, I didn't even have a clue about that. Look, I'm about to run a Just Juice real quick and grab me a bowl. I'm not going to do a smoothie because the smoothies are too cold. I'm going to rock out until next week. And let me go in here real quick. I'm going to play some Purple Beats. Give me about 5 minutes. And yeah, we'll rock out with some Purple Beats. That's Betzz. So I'm about to run in here. I'll give you all a shot of my shirt on the way up. Sorry about that, guys. This is not Purple Beats right here. This is SHXR Kid. He only got 100 subscribers. He now has 107 subscribers. He now has 108 subscribers. So shout out to that beat. I don't know, it just auto plays. But I'm back. What's good, Pale Horse Rider? My friends used to do that. That's why the OCAs are cheap. You guys always hold good conversations. Diet for the New America is a very interesting book. Thinking more. People thinking more about. Yeah, man, I thought about doing that. A book on health and, stuff like that. So I'm back. She just gave me some Concord grapes from Naples, New York. Oh my God, they were good. And I ate the seeds and all. I always eat the seeds. They were really good. See, you go in the grocery store, right? You guys went shopping with Yeah Right before. It's very limited. It's very limited because there's not much in a grocery store that's edible and actually fit for human consumption. The organic aisle, and even that is I've talked to farmers. The government makes them put certain shit in organic food. So we're fucked until we get our own plot of land. Or we could go a gardening's good. But I told you, I got a lot of shit going on. I'm at war. I don't got time to be tending to a garden. And like I said last night, I might become a earth terrorist, meaning um meaning I might start buying a bunch of fucking seeds and just run around and plant them bitches everywhere. Might as well prep for it now. I mean, what, 2030 or 2024? I mean, I'm sure we'll grow. Some shit will start growing by then. And say, hell, man, while y'all was up here worried about all this shit, I was everywhere I went. I was dropping seeds verbally and, physically dropping seeds. And some will grow and some won't. But guess what? When I see them, like, ooh, that's where I dropped that seed at. Start planting them places where people don't even know, only but you. I mean, that's something. I mean, we got to think of everything, And I was thinking about that, man. I'm going to start buying some seeds, man. Buying some herb seeds. So, my shit will be growing. I already found my medicinal hospital here in Rochester. So, shit. I'm good. Shit hits the fan. Guess what? I got roots and barks and trees and, I got a whole medicinal fucking thing up here. I don't plan on being up here, but it's good to learn botany and shit, so and you can identify and see your food and your medicine when you need it. Okay, this is going to take away a fever right here. This is going to have my blood flowing, it's blood circulation. This right here, I can make teas and get all my nutrients. I don't need to consume anything. All I need is clean water to make this tea in a fucking fire, and I'm gonna get all the nutrients and feel full that I need. So what's good, Amy? This is why they want to hijack this, coming into this understanding, so they can get you out of thinking that way. They want you to think, oh, still go in the supermarket and buy this. That's why there was never fat fucking vegans. Now there's fat vegan people. All right. How is there fat vegans? What the fuck is that about? How are you vegan and you're fat? And then vegetarian, I mean, it's like, damn, you got to jump back. Oh, we got to go back to vegetarian, because vegetarian once meant people who don't eat meat or fish or dairy. But they changed that and incorporated dairy and cheese and shit, all the shit that they market. Look at the agenda, all the shit they market, that's what they incorporated. So vegan they came out with the vegan, and it was like straight boom. Now they're incorporating, egg, cheese a little bit, milk a little bit, they're slowly getting there, but they're incorporating processed every fucking thing, just slapping the vegan on it. Oh, it's all natural, so it's vegan. No. I always call it what I do conscious eating, understanding and know what goes in your body instead of reading the label, reading the front, because they're tricking people again that, oh, it's vegan, I'm eating it. In reality, you don't know what the fuck you just ate, so, it is what it is, man. So, yeah, it's a weakness. I've never really been a cheese kind of person, I really didn't. Now you can make cashew cheese. That's cashews ground up. You use turmeric. You use some annatto, natural shit, and that shit is so goddamn good, But yeah, man, we gotta change our diets. We know they trying to kill us. So they're eating nothing but processed. Exactly. That's how they get fucking fat. That's the problem. And this is another thing about vegans. This is always an argument that comes up is, oh, I was vegan and I got really sick and I got this and I didn't work and this and that, this, da, 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 da. And then they go all fucking the other way. Well, the problem is it's not a diet. It's a lifestyle. It's like an awakening. You can't just like, oh, I'm going to wake up on this little thing over here, but do all the other shit. Bitch, you're still asleep. You're not awake. You just know that this is going on. You're still living in a sleep land. Same thing with this lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. It's a understanding. It's you knowing what is going in your body. So when you see all the failed vegans, well, they were in the northern hemisphere trying to be a raw vegan or a fruitarian or some shit. You can't do that in the winter. It's 100% impossible and goes against the elements of your body and the elements of nature, because when you learn fruit, you know that when the fruit travels from fucking Mexico or Costa Rica or Peru, it loses its that fruit that was 100% natural over there. Now when it gets here, it's lost it. You know that by eating it. You could, as soon as you could bite in it, I'll throw it away. I'm like, yeah, this ain't right. It's not. It's went through some shit. You automatically know. You can taste, you can feel, you understand. And then you know the ones that, oh, this shit gonna be good. Just like with mangoes. You know the good ones. You know you can't eat a mango up here in fucking Rochester, New York in goddamn December, February, fucking March, April, and November, October. You can't do it. You can, but it's gonna taste like shit. It's gonna have nothing in it, really. It's just gonna be some bullshit. You know, it's not the same. Fruits and vegetables carry energy. All right, it loses that when it comes out of the ley lines. You know, just like when people I know that went to Mexico on land, not in the airplane. The people off the airplane said it. Oh man, as soon as I stepped off the airplane in Jamaica, in Puerto Rico, in any tropical climate, you can feel it. You know, that's why people love vacations to these places. It's not because it's beauty and it's the hotel. It's because the way their body felt while they were there. They just can't explain it. So they call it, I had a great time. It was beautiful. No, motherfucker, you was in your natural environment. You were where the human body thrives and vibes. You know, you look at all the greatest medicine doctors, the natural healers. They all know to get in the equator. They all know that's where humanity came from. All right. So you're not going to be way the fuck up here in Canada and the northern states talking about I'm eating all raw vegan diet in the fucking winter. Bitch, you're gonna get sick and fucking die. You're gonna be malnutrition. Your body's gonna shut down. You're gonna be in bad shape. All right. People don't understand that. And they fail and they say, oh, well, I tried it and I got very sick. Well, you dumbass, did you know what you were actually doing? Or did you just follow a trend and jump right in? That's what they do, you know? Then they don't understand also the sickness is because you're getting rid of all the toxins in your fucking body. And they panic and, oh, I couldn't do it. Our stomach was aching. Well, your stomach was getting rid of the years of shit you were put into it. When I went vegan, man, I got shit that I never even had before. I never had pink eye in my life. I got 2 pink eyes. I got 1 pink eye that bitch damn close up, gooping up, all kind of shit. What it was is the parasites coming out of my body. And then the other one did the shit. I'm like, damn. Then I got, because I quit everything at once. Like it was, my body went into shock. It was like getting off. I never been on heroin, but I could understand how these people felt because I was dizzy, spinning, and in bed for 3 fucking days when I quit sugar. I just cut sugar out of my life. And goddamn, did I go to a fucking crash. It was bad. I was like, man, what am I doing wrong? I had to check my vitals and shit, check blood work. Everything was beautifully perfect. And I'm like, well, why do I feel like I thought like, man, maybe I'm lacking sugar now. Maybe I'm the opposite now. Man, maybe I need sugar. Nope. I checked my sugar. Perfect. My body was doing was going through withdrawal. I was in bed for 3 days, fucking head spinning. It was crazy. All right, guys, hold on. I gotta get my shit. So, all right, guys, got my bowl. Don't got a smoothie, but where are we at? So, yeah, guys. So I'm not reading a lot of the comments. I'm kind of just ranting away when the thoughts come. So, shout out to Just Juice, and shout out to Just Juice, and also Creator Pizza. Shout out to that good people. If you're ever in Rochester, go visit these places. Yeah. So, that's what you get with the vegan. I mean, people, jump into it. Oh, it's a diet. Oh, no, man, it's a lifestyle, man. It's an understanding you come into, and understanding your body, your mind, your spirit, your soul. Your in tuneness with nature and the universe. That's what it's about. That's why they fail, because they haven't even learned who they truly are and don't understand it. So they fail and they say, oh, this and that, not realizing those were symptoms of your ass detoxing from the shit. And also, you have to know what to put in your body at certain times of the year, or you will feel that way. You will be that way. Oh, I was so tired. I did it. How long you do it? Oh, like 2 months. I was tired all the time. Yeah, your body was fighting. It was getting back into balance, And these people, that's how they view, they take a look on life. So it is what it is. I went through it all. I wasn't stopping. I'm like, whoa, this is wrong. Yeah, it just don't make no sense. Yeah, I see. And the thing about it, I've always been the same weight, right? I've always been the same weight since like 18. I've been 6'3", ranging from anywhere from 170. I think the highest I ever got was like 190 my whole life, up and down, up and down. And then, I always was like a 36 waist. And then when I went vegan 8 years ago, it was in the spring. So I was like wearing shorts. But then when the winter came back around, I went to put on pants, and I'm like, holy shit. And I'm like, did I lose weight? Sure enough, my waist went down to like a 32. And I'm like, I didn't notice any change. What you did is you lost that intestine, right around your lower belly abdomen. You lose that intestine weight, your waist weight, that we don't even realize we got, and just naturally goes away. I didn't lift a fucking finger. I didn't exercise. I didn't play basketball. Still lost. I went down to like I was probably at like 180 something. I went down to like 175. But what I lost, I'm like, damn, I'm not fat. What the hell? Where'd it go? And once I knew, I weighed myself. Like, holy shit, I just lost whatever little bit was around my waist, So you naturally, that's another thing, is by eating all natural, your body will retract itself to its natural weight, It has to go down because what you're eating doesn't produce anything to make you fat when you're eating all natural. Sometimes I cheat. I like when I'm roaming around, I like my fried like shit. But everything's in moderation. So. Right, vegan is NWO slave diet. They're just ill-informed. They don't understand what's really going on, They just don't understand, and a lot of people say that. A lot of people that are in the truth community say that. But they don't realize going into what we're going to, that's the most suitable diet anyways. You're not going to find meat in the store. And let's face it, 80% of the population ain't built for fucking hunting. And 80% of the population is in fucking urban areas. Everybody's going to be hunting outside. No, they're going to be hunting each other. Robbing, stealing, and killing. All right? And when you eat all natural, you realize you can get away with one meal a day. All you need is one meal a day. So I've been prepping like this, shrinking my stomach. My family We shrink our stomach. We know what's coming. We can get by with one meal a day, eat fruits, snacks, nuts, you know, and we know this. So we're not on a time. People have timed, they've timed their body to food. Like, what the fuck? No, when I'm hungry, I eat like nature. When they hungry, they eat. It's not, at this time you eat, because now guess what? You don't eat, you're doing something. And this time, you're going to be like, fuck, I got to eat. Your mind's going to be distracted on eating when you're trying to accomplish something. So knowing when you wake up, you understand, shit, you just eat whenever you eat. Whenever I eat, I eat. Damn, that dude's flying on that little go-kart. So, yeah, man. It's a lot that goes into a vegan diet. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. Your whole life changes. And then, not to mention when you go that way, what happens is nature, squirrels will come closer to you. Birds will nest in your house or by you. Deer will come close to you. Whatever animals, they'll come close to you. I've damn near had a bird land on my ass. It's because they know. If you have a pet, they know, and you becoming more in tune. Bees don't fucking bother you. Insects don't bother you. So you begin to see a lot of different things. So shout out to nature. Shout out to all you guys. And yeah, man. I'm gonna ride by this place so you guys can see this shit. An encampment for all the fentanyl users that the city knows is there. And there's people that'll help them, which is beautiful. I saw that yesterday. Yeah, yep. He actually told me about that. Yep. He noticed it too, He noticed the change too when he tried to eat more better. And shout out to him, he's been doing a good job, But yeah. So it's a lot going in with the diet. And a lot of those people, right? A lot of those people that failed vegan diet or natural diet, whatever you want to call it, what was your environment were you in? Not only your physical environment, who the fuck were you around? Were you around people that weren't really about that diet? All this stuff plays a role. Were you around people that didn't support the way you eat? You looked down upon you? Were you stressed because you were the only one eating and then the other person wasn't? And, you just blaming it, you couldn't do it, but it was pressure because it's hard. A lot of that plays a role, It's not just what you consume, your environment, people around you also affect your diet. You might be around some fucked up people. You might be in a bad relationship. Your husband might be a piece of shit and don't support you in it. That will make you fail that diet because it's a lifestyle. You'll start feeling insecure. People will start thinking, oh, you think you're better than us. Or people will think the opposite, start talking down to you. And that's another thing. It's a lot that goes into it. So a lot goes into that. That's good. I could tell you faster, Richard James, how to lose weight. Change your diet. The shit falls off. It's amazing. I've helped people. I've helped people lose weight, and all they did is change their diet. That shit just falls off. You ain't got. I tell them, look, you ain't gotta do none of that. You ain't gotta go exercise. What do you mean? I say you ain't gotta go exercise. You don't gotta go kill yourself. All you gotta do, stop consuming what you're consuming and consume something else, and that shit just falls off like magic. It truly does. It's a stone cold fact that shit will just fall right off. What's good, AV? You know? So it will fall right off, guys. People have ailments, you know, all these ailments and things. You don't realize it comes from what we put in our body, you know? And one thing I did have years ago, and I don't know how, because I was always into sports, basketball, but I know it was all stress. But I ate a lot of salt, a lot of greasy foods. I had high blood pressure. You know, that shit was up there. Went to the doctors. This was years ago before when I was asleep. But I always questioned medicine. The doctor was like, here, your blood pressure's, you know, a little high. You know, you can take this blood pressure medicine and, you know, bring it down. Or, you know, or just stop eating so much salty foods. And like, yeah, I love. So I cut back on the salt, stopped stressing. Shit went down. That was back then. Now, shit, I do my I get blood work done. That shit, they be like, wow. They be like, you are healthy. I take my blood pressure. They be like, damn. And another thing about blood pressure, guys, the United States is the only ones that does this. Well, I mean, the big pharma countries are the only one that does that shit like that. They set these perimeters so you can go get on blood pressure medicine. Oh my God. I'm hypertensive. Not to mention, when you take your blood pressure, you might have been stressed that day, something on your mind. Your blood pressure goes up, it goes down. You know, shit you consume affects your blood pressure. Your thoughts affect your blood pressure. A lot of people are on blood pressure medication. Listen, these are all the fucking scams, guys. Dentists, eye doctors. Some people's eyes are really fucked up, but dentists, eye doctors, and fucking doctors. They're all there to sell you something. All right. They're all there to sell you something. I was told I needed braces. Kids I had told they needed braces. All of their teeth is fucking fine. All right. All of their teeth is fucking fine. Oh, you got to get your wisdom teeth pulled out. You got to get this pulled out. You know, all that is to generate fucking money. Eyeglass doctors. You know why they did that in the school, guys? Eyeglasses. You know you can correct your eyeglasses? Oh, I got to see this guy try to back out of here. You're going to have to go the other way, buddy. There's no way you're getting this. Eyeglasses doctor. Right? Now, if you don't know anything, allergies will make you have blurred vision. If you have lifelong allergies, you probably have blurred vision. But when we were young, growing up, our bodies are growing, our eyeballs are expanding, our ears are expanding, our brains, our body just changes. We ain't the same size we were in second, third, fourth, fifth grade, guys. So what they do? They used to eye test us then and all this other shit. And what they do? Oh, you need glasses. Now the parents believe they need glasses. Now they go in there, they get glasses. Now their eyes are going to adapt to those glasses as they're growing and always need glasses for the rest of their fucking life. But it might have been they were just growing. It might have been they were tired that day. They had something in their eyes. They had allergies. They had seasonal changes or some shit. Now, if you actually go back and look at when they did that, I bet you they did that when the seasons do change so they can get kids to get glasses so they can make money. All right. Because you know now, a lot of people are doing it. There's people that actually have classes on this, on how to correct your eyes so you don't need glasses anymore by doing these eye exercises and training and shit. I'm not blowing smoke out my eyes. This is what they do. You know? So yes, carbs turn into sugar. Sugar is making everybody exactly. That's why, you know, people don't, and that's another thing, guys. Sugar is not in fruit, okay? In the GMO shit, yeah. But listen, they trick people to believe that sugar is in fruit. Sugar is not in fruit, guys. It's not. It's not the same thing. All right. They have so many different layers of sugar. It's just mind-blowing. All right. It's just mind-blowing. Hold on one second, guys. There's so many different types of sugar. People will tell me, well, there's sugar in fruit. And there's no sugar in fruit, guys. There's no sugar in fruit unless you put that white fucking powdered sugar on, not powder, white crystallized sugar on your shit. There's no sugar. That's a different form of sweetness. All right. Just because it's sweet doesn't mean it's sugar. And people think that. Stevia, it's not sugar. Stevia leaf is not sugar. Okay. Licorice root, it's sweet. It's not sugar. Okay. People think that sugar canes, that's not sugar, guys. A sugar cane is not sugar. All right. There's so many different types of sugar. All right. Sugars are not in fruits. It's not the same thing. This is why you can go on a fruit diet and you'll lose fucking weight like there's no tomorrow, because that is not going to feed the candida in your body. It's actually going to do the opposite. All right. Now, sugar, it's going to feed the candida in your body. All right. Hold on. So, yeah, a lot of people think that just because it's sweet, it's sugar. Antifreeze is sweet. That ain't sugar, guys. You ever make a mistake and taste antifreeze? All right, fixing a car or some shit, shit's bust up, hit you in the fucking mouth or whatever, and it's sweet as fuck. You're not gonna put antifreeze on your fucking food or in your coffee, but it's sweet as hell. All right. There's many different forms of sugar, right? You got high fructose corn syrup, lactose, corn syrup, invert sugar. You got GALACTOSE. All right. You got demerara sugar. You got lactose. I think I already said that. Hold on. I'm gonna do all the. Hold on. All right. You got high fructose corn syrup. You got corn syrup, because I worked at a food processing plant before, and I wasn't awake. I wasn't conscious of my health. And when we used to put all the high fructose corn syrup in the sauces, boy, did my finger go up under that shit when I was tired. Even when I wasn't tired, it give me a zing of energy. I'd be bouncing off the fucking walls like crack cocaine. I'd take a big heaping mouthful, and boy, I'll be wired, because it's like a drug. All right. So you got high fructose corn syrup 55. You got high fructose corn syrup 42. You got you got You got castor sugar. You got confectioner's sugar. You got demerara sugar. Fruit juice concentrate. That's a sugar. All right. Don't ever believe that when you see from concentrate that it's all fruit. No. Legally look that up and see what you come up with. It'll blow your mind. You got invert sugar, icing sugar, refiner's syrup, sorghum syrup, succant, tracheal sugar, yellow sugar, dextrose, dextrin, corn syrup, drastic malt, ethyl maltol, glucose, lactose, maltodextrin. All right, that's in a lot of foods. Crystalline fructose. You got D-ribose, galactose. Now these are all sweeteners, guys. This shit is in all of our food. Why is it in our food, guys? You know, these affect your taste buds, affect your body, fuck up your body, do all kinds of stuff. You know, it's crazy, man. You know, these are all in all our food. And lactose intolerant. You know what lactose is? Lactose is the primary sugar found in dairy products. It is a disaccharide, meaning it is made up of two monochirides. In the case of lactose, it is made from glucose plus galactose. That's lactose. I'm lactose intolerant. Well, yeah, you're supposed to be, because that shit's not supposed to be in your body. You know, I can't drink milk. You know, sucrose. You know, what else? And then they try to put fruit sugar. Fruit sugar are the sugars found in whole fruits. These types of natural sugars can be refined. Typically, when talking about fruit sugar, people mean the sugars in the whole fruit, not sugars from fruit that have been processed or refined. Big difference. You know, it's a big, big difference. So, what's good, Amanja, Universal Mother and Father? So, I've seen several food-like products that say no high fruit corn syrup. Exactly. It'll say no high fruit corn syrup, and then it'll say corn syrup. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's just high fructose corn syrup is glucose mixed with fructose. These are all chemicals. It's not natural about it. You ever it's crazy. And then they have something. These are I'm reading to you guys legally how they use these terms in foods and processing. They have a thing called there's no added sugar, but there be sugar in there. Like, you ever see something that says no added sugar? Well, guess what? Added sugar is any sugar from a source that increases food sweetnesses. Added sugars can be refined sugars, unrefined sugars, and or fruit sugars. Table sugar is also called granulated sugar, simply white sugar. This white sugar crystal that most people are familiar with, the table sugar is sucrose, aka 50% glucose and 50% fructose, and is a refined sugar. Crazy, man. Crazy. Now, this is why you can get away with eating cane sugar, because what's cane sugar? Not cane sugar, sorry. Raw sugar. There are few definitions of raw sugar, but it is typically referred to as the sugar extracted from the sugar cane before refining. Essentially, the sugar cane is juiced, and this juice evaporates, creating cane sugar crystals. Raw sugar is also called turbinado sugar. Raw sugar is usually golden or light brown color, and this is due to the molasses naturally present in the cane sugar. So you can get heavily processed raw sugar, or you can get naturally refined raw sugar. If you're going to put some sugar in a limited capacity, use that one. Don't ever use that white sugar. So, I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I'm just saying. So, yeah, man, the FDA is a motherfucker, boy. So, what's another one? You got agave, but you got to even, they really process that shit. So you got to watch out with agave. Maple syrup, you already know, that's good shit. So unless they add something to it, you know, maple syrup is very good. Comes straight up here in the Northeast. There's a lot of maple tree farms. So yeah, honey is a really good sweetener. Now I eat all natural. I will fuck with honey for medicinal use. So, but I will do raw honey. I'm talking about the honey that still got bee legs and shit in it. You know, I'll do raw honey, just right like they make it. Anything after that, I don't want nothing to do with it. So, these are all the shit, man, that they put in our food. And you're not going to get fat off of raw honey either, because you're not going to consume so much. Raw honey is actually very good for you. And eating raw honey actually helps people with seasonal allergies. And actually, raw honey, you put it on a bee sting, guess what it does? It's like magic, guys. They won't tell you that, though. Date sugar. Dates are really sweet. Date sugar is very good sugar. Coconut sugar is very good sugar. But not a lot of sugar, because when you disconnect from all this stuff, when you taste something like, damn, that's sweet. Like there's stuff that I couldn't even put in my body because it's like, oh my God, I got to spit it out. Same thing with salt. When you quit both of them, when you eat something, you're like, damn, this shit is salty, you know? And one thing that my girl said when she came here is everything is sweet. I'm like, this shit is sweet? I'm like, this shit, there's no sugar in here. She said, but tastes sweet. And I started thinking like, let me taste it. This kind of sweet, you're right. You know? And shit that we don't think is not sweet is actually sweet, like bread. You realize you got to look at what bread I don't eat any bread that got any sugar in it. But people will eat bread, but there's no sugar in this bread. It's not even sweet. But if I was to taste that bread, that shit would be sweet to me because I don't eat a lot of sugar. Then you have brown rice syrup, all right, which is refined. I don't really, brown rice syrup is kind of like, you know. You got malt syrup, molasses. You know, molasses is, you know, very dark. It's like a syrup, but there's definitely a lot of refined sugars. So, but yeah, honey is really good, Sean Xander, and it's really good, especially when it's for your throat and cold season. You know, honey is really good. It's also a very good carrier of natural herbs. So honey is really good. Like, I don't have honey in my tea because I'm not sick. I'm just, you know, detoxing my lungs, so I'm not really sick. But if I was sick, I would use honey. You know, because honey is really good for your throat and all that shit. So, but but yeah, man, one thing I do love is talking about the human body, health, nature, plants, you know, because it's just so beautiful and complex, you know. But and then salts I use is pink Himalayan salt or sea salt. And you know, If I lived near ocean, I would be making sea salt all the time. You know, there's mad YouTube videos show you how to extract sea salt from the sea. I mean, it's the sea. I mean, it's common sense. If I lived near the sea, if I lived in Florida, I would be making my own salts. You know, so I'm gonna roll over by the. I gotta go over here. So yeah. Other than that, stay away from that iodized salt, that white salt. It's not good for you. You know, and it also has. They actually use charred animal bones in salt. You know, Dr. Sebi. Yeah, of course. You know, I know Dr. Sebi. That's why he took his operation to Honduras, because he knew you got to be in an environment if you want to heal fully. You got to be in those climates. You know, that's one of the main things. Get your ass into the ley lines, man. Your body will thrive. Oh, and I was trying to say that before. I know many people that's went to Mexico. When you go to Mexico, then you get down further, down in the middle part of Mexico. Once that shit says the what you call it? We don't use much salt. We like flavor, but stick to the natural flavor. Yeah. Yep. So, yeah. So, like I was saying, like if you go down to anywhere across the ley lines, and I use Mexico as an example because I know a lot of people that have traveled down that route. And as soon as they crossed, right? As soon as they crossed the Tropic of Cancer, they immediately felt like a shift in their body. Like they felt something they just can't explain. Like as soon as they see the sign, and like within a mile or two, they just feel way different. It was like, man, it's an amazing, beautiful feeling. And I know the feeling that they're talking about, like this tropical, like this boost you get when you get into the ley lines. And everybody that's traveled that route has said that. Right around that point, they feel so good, you know? And then when they're coming back, they can feel it leave. Like they can feel like, oh, you know, it's like, I don't know what it is about the ley lines, but a lot of people have said that, you know? So by Dr. Sebi being in between the Tropic of the Tropic of Cancer and the equator, you know, he knew that's where you gotta be for your utmost health, is in those ley lines. Because when you take your fruits out of those ley lines, they lose, you know, a lot of their properties. So by the time it gets up to us, I mean, if you ate right there, it would be totally different, you know? And that's why, you know, people in those areas really don't get sick. You know, they could drink, you'd be like, damn, man, that shit don't look they don't be sick. They don't get sick, you know, because they have a certain build in their body for being in those areas, you know? So, hey, at Universal Mother had to try to teach out to you a couple weeks ago, or reach out about an RV idea, but never saw a reply. I guess neither of us made it. So, yeah. Let me see if I can read some comments. But, yeah, man. It's really beautiful, man. When you're in touch with the nature, you know. I gotta make a stop. Then I'm gonna ride by this place that has like where the homeless fentanyl users camp out and sleep. I mean, because the dope house is right behind that. So it's kind of like it's like open air. I mean, it's like The Wire. Remember The Wire, Amsterdam? Where they had Amsterdam and it was like legalized drugs. I mean, they was just foretelling the future. You know, they was foretelling us what was going to happen. You know? So... but that's basically what it is. And now they're having Narcan vending machines, shit like that. You know, it's like, wow. So, but, hold on 1 second, guys. Oh shit, that fell. What? So, 1 second. So, have you checked out Kim Gurry's YouTube channel? He films Kingston Avenue. No, I don't. And I do want to make a trip because I want to see it and experience that for myself. I was almost tempted to take a trip today down there because I'm not too far from Philadelphia and like stay right on Kingston Avenue and sleep in the car. No, I'm just fucking with you. I wouldn't dare do no shit like that. But just stay in the Philadelphia area overnight and come back. You know, I did actually think about doing that. But yeah, because I just want to see that, man. I think that might be it's like the news. This should be all over the news, man. Because that is just fucking some shit you see out of a horror movie. Like, that is worse than fucking Walking Dead. Like, I cannot believe it when I see it. That's why I want to go there myself. So I'm not only going to see Kingston Avenue, I'm going to see all the surrounding areas, all that shit, see where it's at, how it's set up, see what the police, like, what does the community do? I mean, that shit is, because I see that happening everywhere. Even here in Rochester, just like Liberty Rush said, right? Liberty R. Rush, subscribe to his channel. That's how it looks in Rochester. I mean, not like that, but, you know, you could notice that it's getting that bad, and it's just getting worse, you know. And you see this in small little pockets, like Clinton Avenue. When I ride over there, you're gonna see, even over there, there's like this area where people are you know, in shape like that, man. It's pretty crazy. It really is. It really is crazy. But hold on 1 second. 1 second, guys. This is Gangs music. This is in Purple Beats right here.
Dark side, light this bitch up.
All right, guys, I'm back. So, shout out to all you guys, Universal Mother, Disciples of the Messiah, Blink, Amanja, Sean, Fake Mike Real News. Shout out to Fake Mike Real News. Ocho from the Ocho. It was good, Ocho. Oh man, let me go back in here. Shout out to Fake Mike Real News. I was telling him about the website that's half built, but I let him know that it's there. We're gonna do some big things, try to bridge the gaps and bring us together in a one way, shape, or form. Because some people think coming together is fucking moving in with each other, and like, you know, I don't know why they think that coming together is just getting all on the same page. You know, we all rock out with each other anyways. We all know who each other are. We all know what everybody does. So why don't we fucking make? But everybody always talks about, oh, the truth. I'm not a part of the truth community, but really is, but telling themselves they're not. And then, you know, everybody watches everybody, knows who everybody is in one way, shape, or form. You know, just bridge the gap. I mean, what the fuck? You know, everybody knows who everybody is, so we need to just come together. It doesn't mean fucking move in with each other and like, oh, you need to come sleep in my house tonight. You know, what the hell are you thinking? You know, it's just coming together. You know, the universe is together. I mean, the sun isn't doing the fucking water's job, and the water's not doing the sun's job, and the moon's not doing the fucking sun's job. I mean, damn. But they're in communion. So, oh shit, I forgot to turn the camera back on. And look at this shit. I'll give you some quick sights. I can't really zoom in, but I mean, look at this shit. You got the happy hookers right there. You got, you know, guy right here. You got all the dope going on. Oh, right. Look, right on time. Probation just jumped out on somebody right here. Probation, which has no authority to do anything to anybody. You know, they just have the illusion of authority. You know, but there's probation just jumped out on somebody. Oh, this little street walker right there. So that's probation. They don't have any authority, any force of anything, but they get away with a lot. This is a church that gives out to the community. Shout out to them. But yeah. But this neighborhood around, let's say, what time? 3 o'clock gets wild and crazy. You know, I mean, it's real high drug use in this area. My phone's getting a little hot. Yeah, it's sad, man. It's sad. Truly sad. But, you know, just the rapid pace that it's decaying. These are the motherfuckers, man. This city does the most laziest ass job ever. They're doing something and they put this thing over the road, right? I meant to get out and record this shit. But whatever they're doing here, they're like cutting manhole, working on that shit, whatever they're doing. But they put the metal plate over it, and then they put asphalt. But guess what they do with the asphalt? They just slap it there and let the cars run it over to smooth it out. I mean, it's the most ridiculous thing ever because that asphalt shit gets turned over on your tires and gets stuck on your damn car. It's the most annoyingest, cheapest, trashiest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's like, come on, they don't even pound it with the shovel or anything. Look at this guy. You know? Ran the red light, ran right through the red light, probably high as shit on dope. I mean, it's crazy, man. That's why I don't do night drives no more, man. Because it's just so dangerous. Not that I'm scared of any danger, but it's like, you know, I just don't feel like even being out in that energy. Whatever kind of energy they got going on at night. Because it's like the purge here, literally. So. And ain't nobody in Rochester doing a goddamn thing. So many shootings, and still didn't get an update on that Facebook page yet. Because it's more of the community posting what's going on, and people who work for some of these places, they update and post stuff that they hear across their channel. It's still from one day ago, so nothing new. So I don't know what locally went on last night. Besides whatever's on the news. But right here. Boom, developing story. Police presence along 3rd Street on Saturday morning. So something's going on 3rd Street in Rochester. There is a police presence in the area of 3rd Street, approximately 10 a.m. Well, we're kind of near there, so might as well ride by there. They're not saying what, but and if anybody know, they had this trial here last week or some shit. But what was his name? Let me see. Damn, what was his name? Hold on. It was the axe murder trial. But they had the forensics guy. He was this was the dude. There was like somebody who killed somebody with an axe, right? I thought it was pretty. You know, Rochester crime out of control when you got to get a fucking world-renowned, well-known pathologist or whatever he is. Not a pathologist, but hold on. What the hell's his name? I'm trying to find the story. Oh, Michael Baden. Yeah. They brought in Michael Baden, guys, to Rochester, New York. Pathologist. The pathologist involved in Attica, O.J. Simpson, and the Epstein case to testify in Brighton axe murder trial. So Dr. Michael Baden, career as a pathologist dates back to 19... You know, this is kind of interesting because I thought there was something weird about this axe murder trial shit. Because the dude that got murdered, now it's coming to me. Why would they bring this guy here? And think about all the shit he just talked about. But the story goes. Hold on. Check this out. History. Hold on. Now that I think about it, because why would they bring... See, this is another heavy corner of drugs and just fentanyl use, and it's crazy. This is like the Spanish Puerto Rican area, and it's crazy drug use here. But hold on. But it was a case in 1982. I'm not about to sit here and do all the research anymore. But anyway, Michael Braden, whatever the hell his name is. Michael Baden. You guys all remember that guy. He was here like for this trial. And I was like, wow, this is how bad Rochester got, So yeah, it's crazy. Watch out, because they're on drugs right there. The truck's all crashed up, probably stolen, back window smashed out, coming from the heavy drug area. Brand new Silverado. And this is the thing, man, like, people's lives are getting thrown away. You'll see like a brand new you'll see a brand new vehicle, all like crashed up, windows smashed out, riding around, and it'll be like, these what are white folks doing here in the city? And they all look drugged out, all strung out and shit, because they done got on the shit, man. This shit is worse than any drug that's ever been out on the streets, man. By a long shot. Like, this shit is so highly addictive. I mean, people that just handle it can end up overdosing, passing out, or end up on this shit. It's crazy, man. It really is, man. But, and it's driving the crime up everywhere. And like you don't see, where's the police at? Right here. They're selling dope on this corner right here. I could roll the window down and be like, yo. They'll run over, yo, what you need? And then I'll get it. They're right there at the corner across the street. This is a fentanyl. Like, people end up here from all surrounding areas of Rochester, that border Rochester. They end up here because this is where they gonna cop their shit all day long. All the people that you see on the streets homeless here, they just gotta stay here because they can't go back out there because they can't find the shit as readily as they need it here, and they can't steal and get money as fast as they can here, But I'm gonna go down this street, and this is Loomis Street in the city of Rochester, and it's actually called Ira White Way. I don't know who Ira White is, but god damn it, they done named this street after her. I would be an outrage if some of my family name was named this street. If that ain't a slap in the face, I don't know what is. Oh, there's no one here today. There's no cars. There's usually cars lined up here from people from all over that's just strung out. But this is like oh no, the cars are up there. Oh no, somebody's helping them out with food. See, people come and help, but you see you see like the this is where they staying at, you know. He's no, he's strung out. I thought he was helping, but the girl in there is all strung the fuck out. But yesterday it was so many people over here. You know, it's still early, so they're somewhere, but you know, this is and they you know what? There's somebody missing they're looking for, so they know he's here. The box they had out here is missing for the needles, which I think that somebody might have got in trouble or something. I don't know. Maybe they don't want the public to know, but yeah, look at this shit. You know, it's crazy, man. You know, he's about to go. He's got his sign in his pocket. You know, it's fucking crazy, man. He's got his sign in his pocket, and you know, so. But what's up, man? How you doing? Oh, here you go.
Oh shit. Good luck, man.
Yeah. What, you staying out here now?
Yeah, I think we found a spot.
Obviously you're not from Rochester, right?
Suburbs.
Yeah, I was just talking, you know, I'm kind of like trying to get more people to realize what's going on out here. You know, it's crazy.
Oh.
You know,
I'm the guy who stands on the corner with a smile sign.
Yeah. Oh yeah, up there. I've
Yeah.
seen you before.
Yeah.
Just says smile. You know.
Smile, man. There's so much hate and pardon my mouth, bullshit.
Oh no.
Around right now.
It is, man.
You know, if I can make you have a better day, why not?
Right.
And I'd be a fool to turn down $1 if somebody's going to give it to me.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
know what I mean? Like, but I'm genuinely out there trying to get people to fucking smile.
Yeah. And it's just sad, man. Like, you know, this damn fentanyl drug shit, man. You know, I know a lot of people, they don't want to be on the shit. But, you know, it's like a disease.
I don't want to be on it.
Once you get it, you got to have it.
Exactly. I don't want to be sick.
All right.
I've gone through all that before, and I don't know why I went back to it. I was off of it, and I went back to it.
Yeah.
More on it.
Shit's
But
addictive. You know?
Yeah, a lot of it's up here.
That's where it's all at. You're not gonna quit until something up here clicks, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm seeing people ODing like every day, you know? So
I had to look. You don't get messed with having the window tinted like that?
no, not me. Other people would, but I don't. I don't. But you know, it's crazy, man. I know how many people you've seen OD. Tons, right?
No.
Huh?
Not really.
Not yet.
No.
How long you been out here?
Out here, 4 or 5 months.
Shit, because I know.
Using it 4 years.
How you don't mind me asking, how'd you start using it? Just tried it one day?
I've got really, really bad backache problems.
Oh, pain.
And
The painkillers.
I would use.
Oh shit, let me pull over. I think I'm kind of blocking the road a little bit. Like the pain meds?
Yeah, I started off with Vicodin, Percocet, you know, stuff like that.
That's how a lot of
And
people.
then that just wasn't doing it anymore. And like one of my vertebrae is, if you don't mind my reaching in, I apologize. I should have asked first. Like that.
Mm-hmm.
Smaller on one side, larger on the other.
Oh, so it rubs together?
And I've got no disc in between.
Oh, so you got bad pain.
I had x-rays done one time. I said, the doctor came out, looked at me, and said, "Hey son, why don't you break your back?" I said, "I don't know, you tell me."
Wow.
But I also think a big contribution to that is the fact that my left leg is about quarter
Shorter.
to a half inch shorter than my right leg, so I'm always leaning on my left side.
Could have just
So it
rubbed it right out.
And then I also used to be 350 pounds.
Oh, wow.
So
wow.
A lot of the damage to my back probably happened when I was a big guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still about 200 pounds, but that's
right.
You know.
Yeah, man. I've seen a lot of people out here yesterday helping out. A lot of people was down here helping out, which is always good to see.
Yeah. A lot of people are helping, because the city's trying to kick everybody out.
They are, right? Wow. The city is unbelievable, man. You know.
But there's also, a big country. One of the big reasons is the garbage.
Yeah.
People can't clean up
after themselves, right?
You know, they can't. We had a Sharps container down here.
Yeah, I saw it. I just was talking about it's gone.
Yeah, they took it out of here.
The city did?
Yeah, the city told Trillium to get it out of here.
Wow.
And then, that was one of the big things. It's actually 100% better than it was 2 weeks ago down here.
Yeah, I know there was a lot of garbage. But, I mean, they should put a dumpster down here.
They could, but then people are going to, just using you.
Oh, businesses
strictly an example. You can have your household trash and bring it down here.
Right.
Throw it in there. Like the other day, some guy dropped a whole truck with all that trash there.
Just dumped it.
Somebody just dumped it there.
Damn.
So it's like...
Oh, that's crazy.
People are trying to get us out of here. Like the church is big.
They don't try to help?
No, they want everybody out of here because there's addicts and there's junkies.
Yeah.
All the junkies go up there and use and leave their trash and dirty needles and stuff like that right on the church steps.
Right.
Like, I'm actually friends with, I guess you could say friends with the pastor. I talk to him. I take care of the yard up there.
Mm-hmm.
I keep the trash out of it, and I water the flower bed up there that they just put in.
Right.
I keep that looking nice up there, and he appreciates it. And he'll give me $5 once in a while for doing it.
Right.
It's just. My name's Jim, by the way.
Oh, okay. My name's Barry.
Barry.
Mm-hmm.
Like Barry, except bar.
Yeah.
But all the junkies will go up there and leave their trash and stuff. Like, I'm an addict. But I keep my stuff picked up. I'm clean about it.
Yeah.
And then it's just...
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But, yeah, man, I noticed, I see they got a picture up here. They're looking for someone. The guy, their family looking for him.
Yeah, Barnabas or whatever.
Yeah, this guy right here on all the poles.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't even see him.
And it's right on one of those poles, too, right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, man, you just stay safe, man, and try to get yourself some help.
Absolutely. Like, we're
stuff is dangerous because I'm over on the other side, near Lyle a lot, and it's
crazy over there.
It's crazy. It's insane over there.
Like, I feel safe over here.
Yeah, this is nowhere close to
west
that.
Side.
Yeah, it's bad. But all right, man. I'll let you get back, man. Nice talking to you.
Absolutely.
Yep. I'll stop checking on you sometimes, man.
Yeah, if I'm not here, then I'm usually out there. But we might have a place in the works.
Okay.
Right now, so.
All right, man. I hope you do better, man.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, guys. Nice talking to the guy. So there's the quick the rundown. Yeah, they're looking for somebody. I see all the photos up. But you hear, this is the church right here, guys. The church wants them out of there instead of trying to help them. You see the problem with Christianity? All right? And this is a black church that don't do shit for the black community. And the guy said he cleans up all around there and makes it clean. The guy gives them $5. I'm sure one person that passes the collection plate gives more than fucking $5. And all they give them is $5. You know? Are we still live, guys? Are we still live? Let me know if we're still live. I know it's delayed. Let me know. So, what's good, Moose? I was hoping Paul would let you on last night. So you waited in line for 2 hours. Nothing. Okay, thanks, Zach. Yeah, Paul and Slave. He's a cool dude, man. I like Paul. You know, I like his satire, his comedy. He's in tune with the. He's kind of like in line with me about this, standing up to these fucking tyrants and shit. It's standing on your square, you know. And that's how I am, you know. I mean, I'm in New York State. Like I said, I don't have any registration, any inspection, no front plate, windshield fucking black as night, you know, but I do things the other way. I don't have a driver's license. All right, I don't plan on ever getting a driver's license, and I haven't had a driver's license since I was 18. But I know now about the driver's license program, so, you know, amongst other things. So, and plus I like Paul because he slayed Artie's corporate fiction, which, you know, that dude is a troll. He's actually a respectable troll. However that makes sense, but he's a respectable troll. Like, he'll actually get on and talk to you and give you his opinions and run around everything you actually say and divert every question into another question, into a, you know, he's a real slick lawyer. He says he's a lawyer here in New York State. I don't believe he is, but hey, he may be. One thing I do know, he doesn't know anything about the law. He was taught legal process, which is a big difference. So, I actually was going to debate him last week on his channel, but it was already late in the game. I was tired, and you know, I want to talk to him about family law, since he is an attorney, and he makes fun of people to call them sovereign citizens. Anyone who stands up to authority. His claim is he's trying to protect people from being hurt from trying these things. And we'll all agree, you can get yourself into a pickle by going this way. But the only way to destroy a system and challenge a system is to actually stand on what is what and show them their own shit in their face. In order to defeat the magic, you got to use this same magic they put out and put it against them. And all it is showing them what they have, because everything they have a contradictory to it somewhere, and you just got to find it. You know, just like I talk about the stop sign. Like, look at this. This is a one-way. All right. Well, it's got an arrow pointing that way. We know it's a one-way, but what if you just drove down it? The sign just says a one-way. Does it say you can't drive up that way? Does it say if you go up this way, you could possibly be murdered, killed, and maimed by police officers if you violate that? No, it just says one way. It's like I talked about the octagon yesterday, the stop sign. Is it an octagon or is it a fucking polygon or whatever it is? I don't know. The stop sign. I think it's an octagon. But it just says stop. It don't say go. You know, it doesn't tell you to go. So how is that stop sign even relevant? Because it just tells you to stop. It doesn't say go, but guess what? You stop and then you go through it. So, you know, what is the purpose of a stop sign? It doesn't say if you don't stop, you'll be subject to all these arbitrary procedures and shit. It doesn't say that. It just says stop. I know it sounds stupid and ridiculous, but I will upload that Three Stooges skit, and it makes so much. You guys are gonna love it. It's like, wow, this is so stupid, but it's true, and that's how we gotta be. You know, we get pulled over, you're arrested. So let's make the cops tell us we're under arrest, and then have them read our Miranda rights, and then don't say shit else after, and just see what they do. You know. And I said, it's like I said, people don't want to do that. It's hard, you know. You get in it, you know. It's something you got to be built to handle and do. If you believe in these things, you stand on them, you know. And that's it. Just stand on them. So, yeah, I think actually today he's gonna be on with Brian and shit, and he's gonna be on Brian's channel. Because Brian be dabbling into this stuff a little bit, but someday we're gonna get that dude to bridge the gap and get these bigger platforms to come together on something, you know. Just come together on something to make a bridge, and that's it. That's all we gotta do is bridge the gap, wake people up, you know, because at this point in time, I mean, look, they're going to a digital society. Everybody talks about it, but they're making everything that way. They got away with Mr. 19. People lost their jobs. People lost their lives, guys. People are dying every day. They got away with it. What are we doing? You know? There's a lot of people that are mad and angry and are fighting, but you don't see them. So how do you get seen? Well, you start linking together, bridging the gaps. You know, all these people on we got people over here on BitChute, Rumble, all these different platforms. Let's bridge the gap. You know, everybody get on the same page. You know, like, look, there's a people are out here. We're all here. You know, we could disseminate information faster than any new source out there. You know, if we all just link together and disseminate information, you know, and it would be every time it would be viral because there's so many of us. There's more of us on the internet than them. Only way they win on the internet is with their propaganda media. If we all came together and, you know, somehow shared some shit or something, we would be the source of information because it's just too much and too prevalent, you know? They'd have to turn off the fucking internet or something, you know? So, oh man. You know what about Zach's last upload on 2024 about Truth Seeker Father Son Duo is that you, him, and Neil the Hacker are all Malik. Powerful name. Yeah, my middle name is Malik, believe it or not. And all my sons' names are Malik. You know? But mine is spelled M-A-L-E-E-K, Malik. And I named all my boys with that middle name, Malik. That is funny. I noticed that too when he said that about his son. I'm like, wow, that's my middle name, Malik. You know? And I named all my kids, that's their middle name. Every one of them. So, that's powerful shit. So, yeah. But, yeah, man, it's time we just start standing on our beliefs, you know? Whatever we believe in and speak and shit, we got to start, you know, showing that, you know? We got to start showing that. So, and it's ironic, you know, I like, you know, what Sean Sanders said, Malik. I mean, go and Google M-A-L-E-E-K and show me what it means. I'll let y'all do it. And then y'all put it in the chat. So, I mean, my dad named me this. All right. My dad named me this. My dad, that was my black side. My dad named me that. And go Google it, and then somebody put in the chat. Maleek. Watch what comes up. The first thing you put, just put in Maleek meaning. Boom. Watch what comes up. Put it in the chat, somebody. All right. Sorry about that. The phone got hot, guys, and the camera is back on. So the phone got hot, but there it goes, Sean Xander. It means sovereign. That's the first thing that comes up on it. So my middle name means sovereign. So isn't that kind of ironic? You know, isn't that kind of ironic? This, but my phone got hot. But isn't that kind of ironic, guys? That it means sovereign, and that's my middle name. And yeah, yep, Zach, Sean, it means sovereign. So, you know, I look back, it's like, damn, man, this shit's been my purpose for, you know. And my first name is actually, my first name, believe it or not, all right? My first name, my last name, guys, is a German last name. So, I did my genealogy to my German side. God damn, you know how they did us. You know, the black side you can't find shit. They don't link the white side, the European side. Oh my God, I was back to Germany and man 1600s. I mean, it was so much. Family is so big. I'm like, holy shit. My first name means he remembers. All right. It means he remembers. And my first name comes from Africa, and it was actually a scholar who was a history in deciphering and hold on. It was an Arab historian, right? Who basically deciphered the Quran. So that's where my first name comes from. And yeah, it's pretty dope. So that's where my name comes from. Yeah. So that's where my name comes from. Middle name's me Sovereign, and first name was Islamic, a scholar. He works on diverse range of subjects, including world history, poetry, lexicography, grammar, ethics, mathematics, and medicine. It's crazy, man. Like, it's crazy. When I looked at this years ago, I was like mind blown, you know. And these is all the shit. I'm good at poetry, great at poetry, even though I never did it on YouTube. But I'm good at poetry. I'm not good at grammar, ethics, mathematics. I ain't really good at mathematics, but medicine and history, um, and polymath, which is a universal human. You know, knowledge to solve specific problems in many different areas. You know, it's like how if you look at my channel, I don't do one thing. It's like you would never know what you expect when you turn a video on, and that's what my first name comes from. So pretty funny. But and this was back in 923 CE. You know, 310 HC. So in the medieval era, that's how old that name is. You know, so who knows? But yeah, that's a fact. Disciples learn from many people. So, but yeah, man, it's a good morning. A good morning, not morning. Wait, what was the title? This was a good rising, not morning chat. You know, because we ain't morning. Why are we morning? We're not morning. Damn, what are all those trucks parked back there? Never seen those before. I've never seen those back there. Gotta check those out. But shout out to all you guys for tuning in this AM. All right, which way you gonna pick? Which way you gonna pick? You're on the wrong side and you're flailing your arms because I went the other side. You freaking man! I wish y'all could have seen the moronic of people. Turn this around so we can get these. Let me see something. All right, how do we do this? Settings. Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. I just clicked the back page. Oh, well. I'm trying to see what these trucks are hidden way down here. I'm going to turn the camera so y'all can see these, but I forget how to turn the damn camera. There it goes. All right, we flipped it. Damn, it takes that much to flip a camera. Fluid truck. What the hell? Look at all these trucks. God damn. Fluid truck. What the fuck is a fluid truck? behind the movie theater. A fluid truck? What the fuck is a fluid truck? They ain't got no plate. They got a plate on them? No plates yet. They're all inspected, but they don't have no plates. It must be some new business. But it's called Fluid Truck. And god damn, there's a lot of them. Fluid Truck. I'm gonna look it up. What is this shit? Brand new. Well, somebody wanted some Cadillac converters. Whew. Man. Let's see. Fluidtruck.com. Wow, guys, you see all these goddamn trucks? Commercial fleet rentals. Oh, they're fleet rentals. Wow. Fluid Truck is a peer-to-peer truck sharing platform that offers 24/7 mobile access to a wide array of trucks, vans, SUVs, and more. Truck renting has never been easier. To get started, simply book online, pick up your vehicle from a convenient nearby location using the Fluid Truck app. Huh. Wow. Very interesting. They got cargo vans, box vans, pickup trucks, cars, and SUVs, trailers. So this is like a U-Haul, brand new. I wonder where they're based out of, because it must just be starting to come to Rochester. Yep, top cities: Atlanta, Dallas, New York City, Denver, Houston, LA, San Francisco, Miami. Never knew about that. Huh. Interesting. I wonder where they're going to be storing them and parking them at. Believe it or not, truck rental is a very good business, guys. I wonder who's going to be renting them things out. That's something new. Might have to look into that. Say, hey, man, I could park about 30 of those. And I'm sure I can rent them bad boys out. I'm sure all the criminals will be renting them out and stealing. You'll see fluid trucks everywhere, and they'll all be involved in fucking crimes in Rochester, New York, because that's what they're doing with U-Haul. I gotta check that out. Pretty funny. Never heard of it before. Fluid trucks. That is weird. Why would they call it a fluid truck? Locations, careers. Working at Fluid. We're rapidly scaling across North America. Let's see how much they cost. Let's see if they can compete with U-Haul, because no one's ever been able to come out to compete with U-Haul. Let's see, find a vehicle. Oh, wow. There's one right there. Dodge 2021 Dodge ProMaster Hiro. Estimated total $10. Reservation $10 for 100 miles, 39 cents a mile. Service fee $1. Refundable deposit $150. Fluid protection plans $6. Fluid protection premium $500. Damage deductible, $1 million liability program. Total $167. So $10 plus $1, $11. $11 for the first 100 miles. Pickup. Oh no, that's just for 1 hour. That's not too. That's for 1 hour. $12. 39 cents per mile after that. Interesting. I don't know nothing about that, but anyways. They've been stealing them in Wisconsin. Yeah, man. There people are renting U-Hauls and never bringing them back, and they're being found in crimes. So now they got the fluid trucks to steal. All right, guys, I've been on here for 258 minutes and 19 seconds. So I'm going to get up off here, make it a good fat 3 hours. So Cadillac converter theft has been on the rise. Shit. Cadillac converter thefts has been, you know, promoted, I think, you know, and I think it's a fucking epidemic because here it's crazy what they're catching people doing. You know, they just getting busy, man. They are getting, because you can get so much money for Cadillac converters, man. Up $600, $700, $800 off a Cadillac converter. You believe that shit? It's crazy what they pay for those. You know. But yeah, we're gonna end this in exactly 40 seconds, guys. So love you guys, and you know, stay up, stay alert, health up, and thanks for everybody joining. And you know, we'll be back soon enough. So I know it's got like a 10-second delay. Peace and love, everybody. Let's see if I can get exactly at 3 hours.